In 1967 increased border incident, the Syrians opened fire on northern Israel, and the IDF aircraft fired on Syrian batteries, scrambled against MiGs in Syria, and 6 of them were shot down by the Israeli Air Force. Egypt has received a signal from Syria that Israel was massing troops on the border and evaluate the intention to start a war. Ruler of Egypt, Sinai foreign great powers, and what began May 14th waiting period. Israel found an economic recession began to mobilize the reserves in all sectors of the border. Israel received messages from the United States to exercise restraint, as Egyptians called not violate the freedom of Details Straits of Tiran. The waiting period was spread out until June 4th. On June 1st, established national unity government. Moshe Dayan was appointed defense minister, and the government added another 2 ministers without portfolio, Menachem and Yosef Sapir. On June 5th morning opened the 6-day war of heavy attack Israeli Air Force aircraft on the airfields of Egypt, Syria and Jordan. Within a few hours destroyed most of the enemy planes. The war spread throughout the borders. On June 5th, IDF forces broke into the Sinai. On June 6th, conquered Gaza and Ras Tahol. Paratroopers that day came to Jerusalem, and other forces moved in each region of Samaria. On June 7th, the ancient city was liberated, and the men proclaimed, "The Temple Mount, in our hands." That day also acted navy, and came to Sharm el-Sheikh, and took control of the Straits of Tiran, without resistance. On June 8th, the IDF reached the Suez Canal, thus completing the takeover of the Sinai Peninsula, and Egypt agreed to a cease-fire. Began on June 9th IDF attack on the Golan Heights. Before reaching the Syrian forces, Qunitra turned on a ceasefire. Until the ceasefire at 1830 completed the conquest of the Golan Heights, and the war was over. The victory was big and sweeping. IDF proved clearly superior, and was named best army in the world. Within 6 days of Israel increased 3 times. Lineups victory, victory speeches, the signs of war, victory albums and books documenting swept the country. Poem Jerusalem of Gold by Naomi Shemer became a hit, and it was almost an anthem of victory. Added 1 million Arabs under Israel's rule. People hope that from now on there will be peace within, and peace was at hand. The UN also appointed a special envoy, Gunnar Jarring, to try to bring peace. At 22.11 accepted in Security Council Resolution 242, a call for peace within secure and recognized in the Middle East and withdrawal from territories occupied in the 6-day war. Other events this year. Star on October 21st, destroyer in Zaylat was sunk by missiles fired by the Egyptians, the coast of Port said. 47th of the crew perished. Response: the IDF shelled refinery city of Suez.